Good to see you, Press Players. What's up? So this week, we've been talking about beauty. The theme is Beauty Guru Week. So to be a beauty guru, as I've typically seen, that sometimes involves makeup, or fashion, or some kind of advice. I want to take a little bit of a different approach. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, or that's what we're told growing up. It's really not that difficult to see. When you use beauty to describe a person, I feel that has a lot more levels to it than just physical appearance. In fact, I think that's just one facet of it, maybe even the smallest part. Relationships in general. Person-to-person interaction. I will title this, How to Be a Beautiful Person. It's gonna look really odd and vain on the title. Now for those of you who are watching, who are in desperate need of help, what you're looking for, you've already got, you just don't know it. Or maybe you do know it, but you don't want to see it. Looks, talent, personality, accomplishments, these are all things that make us up, but they're not necessarily who we are, or the only things that we use to define ourselves. Now, I'm gonna keep this simple, and I have a tendency to overthink things, so I'm going to limit myself to just 5 key points. First and foremost, be kind. Now, that's pretty general, because that can cover everything from generosity to being caring, friendly, open. Take your pick. Treat others as you would want them to treat you. It's really that simple. Know when your kindness has an impact and an influence on someone. That's when it's most important, being kind. Second thing, be presentable. Now, I'm not saying you have to wake up every day and dress to the nines just to go and grab some groceries from the store. I feel it's really important that if you're going to be leaving the household, you should be of a presentable nature. Not like you just literally rolled out of bed. I mean, you see this the most in the classroom environment. And yet, yes, I understand, I get it, it's comfortable. Sometimes it can be too comfortable, if you know what I mean. I mean, I could just imagine if you threw together some clothes really quick and ran to the grocery store, and honestly, you looked like death rolled up in a burrito just to grab some groceries. You happen to run into your boss, not realizing that he or she may be going to the same grocery store that you do. In that moment, you are praying that they do not recognize you as you quickly dash to your car and fight off the hordes of paparazzi that think you just walked off the set of The Walking Dead. Just be presentable. Just brush your hair. Just put on some clothes. For the love of all that is decent, brush your teeth and put on some deodorant, please. And thank you. Sincerely, my nose. Number 3, be confident. What I mean by be confident is never sell yourself short. Everybody has an insecurity about something. And it all stems from something very personal that probably a lot of us don't even know what it is. We don't like the way we look, or we don't like the way we do things. There are a lot of actors out there who absolutely hate watching themselves perform via recording or whatever it may be because they really don't think they have any talent at all. I've seen the same happen with artists, musicians, singers, people who could literally knock your socks off with the artistic ability they possess, and yet they have the gall to say that they aren't really very talented and don't think they could get anywhere doing what it is they absolutely love to do. You know what? Yes, they're absolutely right. They'll never get anywhere with that attitude. From a professional standpoint, if I see that you have a talent, I want you to know you have a talent because I don't want you flaking out on me one day. From a relationship standpoint, a lack of confidence is only going to bring you one of 2 things. Either that nice guy or girl who just wishes that you could see what they see. Every day, they talk about whatever it is you do that is so fantastic, frustrates them. When they give you a compliment, and you turn it down completely. It's like knocking on a door, and the door opens, and I give you a present, just slam the door in my face. Just take the compliment. I don't mean be confident as in let your ego raise to the roof. It's not at all what I'm saying. You can be humble and still agree with somebody that yes, you are really good at doing a particular thing. It's kind of your thing. And if having an ego is what you're afraid of, let me tell you right now that you're not balancing the equation, you're just taking the scales and throwing it in the complete opposite direction. Fourth thing, be honest. Be honest with yourself, be honest with others. That could be anything from weaning yourself off a persistent habit of white lies to having realistic expectations about things. There is nothing wrong with the dreamers. In fact, some of the greatest people I look up to have been dreamers. There is something that separates just the dreamers and the doers. The only thing that makes those dreams become a reality is, well, you guessed it, getting up off your butt and doing something about it. And if it's just small steps. Sometimes small steps can turn to giant leaps. Look at babies. They start out crawling. Look at what you can do now. I'm not saying open up and tell everybody you meet your life story. That's gonna get exhausting, for one. Two, some things certain people just don't need to know. And three, some people really aren't looking for you to dump everything on them at once. Reserve that for people that you can really trust. Now, you can also lump into here being honest, being trustworthy. That somebody can tell you something and know that you won't go behind their backs and do something without their permission. So last guy here. Be inspiring. That one might create a bit of a feeling in some of your guts. We call that anxiety. It's around the chest. Depends. You are 100% correct in saying not everybody is a born leader. Not everybody has the aptitude for grand public speeches and being up on stage and yelling to the masses inspirational quotes that will go down for centuries. No, not everyone is cut out for that. If everybody was, we'd probably be seeing a lot more people doing that. Instead, they are the few. But you don't have to be a public orator to be inspiring. Sometimes you can be inspiring by doing something simple that means so much. Like not giving up on someone, by taking care of your family, by completing your work and being a good student. Some of these are just simple things, but everybody's always watching. That moment when you feel tired, when you feel like giving up, giving in, when you don't think that you're worth anything, or that you're accomplishing anything, or that any of it matters. The world is watching. And if that's too scary to think about, then don't. Think about this. Just one person is watching. One person that you can make a difference for just by standing up, brushing yourself off, and moving forward. Sometimes doing what you love can be inspiring. Maybe it's painting a picture. It could inspire somebody to write a monologue. That monologue could inspire somebody to sing a song. That song could inspire somebody to write a book. And that book could redefine a generation, all because you painted that painting. And guess what? Only one person saw it. But it redefined a generation. I guess that's what they call a butterfly effect. And butterflies are really beautiful. I think that'll do it. This is my advice given to you to digest, the viewer of the video. If you don't like what you saw or heard, please go away. Okay, I guess I'll see you guys next week. Bye. I don't know what that means.
Press play every day.
Press play every day.
Press
play every day.
Every day.
I always forget to speak, so here you go.